What is up guys, Jolt here, welcome back to another video. It has been 40 days since my last actual episode of Horizon Sky MC. But we are back with episode 5, and today we have a big project. All of these shulker blocks, all of 10 of these right here are full of sandstone, to the brim. This one's the only one that's not. And we are currently very far away from home, actually. I had to get a desert that wasn't close. I didn't want to tear up Gage and Adam's desert. So yeah, I tore up this desert. It's near a mesa biome that we had to find using one of the little things on the internet to like find biomes. We had to find a mesa. Cause he explored like 20,000 blocks and couldn't find one, but this one was here, so I'm gonna quickly just fall off. I broke my bed, so it should be at spawn. Alright, and I'll see you guys once I get to my house. Alright guys, I'm coming down my nether tunnel right now, to my base. This will bring me out by the village, but that's fine. I probably shouldn't use my last firework rocket. Probably should use that once I got there. And actually that mesa biome is right over there through that tunnel. 2,000 blocks that way, and then 400 blocks this way. It's very far, and I didn't want to walk through the portal. That's why I just died. So, let's quickly get home. I'm gonna grab some fireworks. I'm tired of using the threes. I'm just gonna use some ones because I'm not used to using the threes, and I ended up dying using the threes. So let's get home. So the project we're gonna be doing is not here. It's back here. And as you can see, I did a lot of like work here. I filled a lot of this in with dirt. It spread. There was like 3 skeleton horses, like the horseman thing. Um, 2 of them were actually just sitting there. One of them was an actual one that summoned more. So I captured all of them and put them in here. There's 6, I think. So we're gonna head right over here. And what I am building is going to be a ginormous pyramid. Yes, a giant pyramid in the very center of this hole. Now the reason I needed so much sandstone is because this is going to be half the size of the hole. So it's going to be 128 by 128 blocks. Now just the base would need about 10 chests full of sandstone. And of course I'm gonna have to convert all this over to I'm gonna have to convert it all over to cut sandstone because I don't like the look of normal sandstone. Um, but simply it's just 1-to-1. So that should be simple. So I'm actually gonna do an actual time lapse here of it, an actual working time lapse of me doing that. Let me get a couple of things placed down, like a bed up here, so I don't have to. This Joker box just had random stuff in it. A bed, ender chest. This is all stuff from when we were actually clearing out the hole. All that dirt. Barely put a dent in the dirt. Like, I just took dirt out of, like, this chest here, and that's all I did for what I filled in over there. What I'm gonna have to do is go in here, go to the edges. I'm gonna do a bit of math here. So, to find where I want to start the 128 blocks, I'm gonna do 256, which is the length of this side here. Subtract 128, which is the length of what I want, and I want that centered. So I'm gonna divide by 2. So I need to go 64 blocks from each corner before I start the new one. And it's going to be 64 blocks this direction. So I'm going to quickly convert all this into cut sandstone in a time lapse, and then I'll be back. Okay, so the time lapses did not work. I'm going to go more into this towards the final part of the video, but none of the time lapses worked whatsoever. So I'm just putting this clip in here right now. To let you know, time lapses did not work, so no matter how many time lapses I promise, I cannot put them in until at least the next video, because I had to change a few settings and file formats, but I'll go into that towards the end of the video because I haven't actually finished recording yet. So I'll go back into that in a second. Yeah, I'll go back into that in a second. Alright guys, so, ooh, that's a zombie, great. I just have to sleep there tonight. Everything's converted over to our cut sandstone. So for our measuring blocks, we're just going to use dirt. That should be plenty. We just have to use, really it's 1 stack, but It should be pretty easy to measure. We will have to deal with a little bit of monsters over here. Actually, hold up. We don't have to do that. F3G. So this is one chunk, two chunks, three chunks, and then our fourth chunk is the 64th block. So right here is our fourth. This is 64. So we just have to go 4 chunks this way. 2, 3, 4, and then at the end of this chunk we'll put our block. And this is the start of our pyramid. Now we're going to build this up on top. So say Y level 70. So we said to do this on all 4 sides. So I'm going to quickly do this in a time lapse once I get my fireworks. I'm going to have to run all the way into my base to get my fireworks. So I'll be back, and we're going to do this in a quick time lapse. Alright guys, I just got those placed down, all 4 corners. So I'm going to build up to Y level 70 on each one. That way we can start building our platform. We only really need to build out one of these to Y level 70. We need to see where Y70 is. I'm thinking Y60 would be a better option. But if I could just have it floating above the entire hole with a couple bits out, we could have bridges going. That'd be pretty good. So this is 64 blocks in by 64 blocks in, which means it should be 128 blocks to the next one over. And 120 blocks, well, 128 blocks to that one, so on and so forth. So Y level, we're going to go Y level 69 here, and then we'll start building a little platform to land on with our elytra. Which is of course going to disappear once we start placing our sandstone. And that's going to be in a giant time lapse there. So I want to get the entire platform placed this episode. Even if I have to cut like an hour or two of footage into like 5 minutes and just have like I just like talk to y'all over it, that would probably be what I had to do. So we're gonna take like 3 stacks of dirt along with all of our sandstone stuff. Yeah. So let's get this going. I will see you guys on the other end of the time lapse. Well guys, we got it completed. We did it. But here's the problem. For one, I changed my settings on OBS and now everything's whack. But the problem was that you don't have right now a time lapse. You don't have one throughout the whole video. I made that part just a few minutes ago, earlier in the video, talking about why there was no time lapse. Because my OBS was running on making AVI files. I'm pretty sure AVI means audio video interface. I think that's what it means. But the only video editor I had that could use AVI files was my OpenShot video editor. I tried downloading Adobe Premiere Rush, and I tried using this other one my brother recommended called Lightworks. I couldn't use either of them. They just would not recognize AVI as anything other than audio. So we did all the work. It took an hour 46 minutes. The file was 98 gigabytes. But every time I tried to make a time lapse, the most I could do was 4 times speed. But that made it 30 minutes long. And it only cut up to what's the word? The part like it only cut up to when it was about halfway done. And then it just stopped. It just froze. There was 5 minutes in the time lapse. It just didn't do anything. So the file was corrupted as well. I need to figure out my settings on OBS because I changed it to export as MP4, and then now as I'm doing that, it's just completely lagging my Minecraft. I need to do a couple settings checks here. But now that I'm exporting as MP4, I should be able to edit with anything other than OpenShot. Only reason I'm using that is because I was exporting as AVI and nothing else would allow me to edit with AVI. But let's see, why? So Minecraft, let's see. What's using all my CPU here? Because OBS is using 30%. Task, okay, so that's odd though. Microsoft Office is using some because I was just doing schoolwork, online school. But I don't see anything else that is using a lot. It's odd. Okay, let's just get back in the game then. But yeah, it took a while. We used basically almost all of these shulkers, so all of these had stuff in it. The only one we literally only have these two here. So this has 4 and a bit stacks. This is a full one. But let's get down here because I need to destroy this wandering trader. He doesn't deserve. Oh, as soon as I get in down here, mob spawn. I can't do this. Oh my goodness, this lag. The wandering trader put invisibility potion on. Well, guys, between episodes, I'm gonna light this area up. I hope you guys enjoyed the part of the video that I could do. Next episode should be a lot better because I need to gather basically the same amount of sandstone I did before to build the actual pyramid. I thought it logically in my head, and it should take the exact amount as it did before, um, to build the pyramid minus the outer ring. But I think that's all it will take. So I currently need to murder those wandering traders because they are very annoying, and I don't know how they spawned there with no other mobs spawning there because I was in spectator. I guess they just don't despawn, but... Alright guys, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.